When I was young, I often wondered, why do I have to learn math? When the chance of me being a mathematician is less than slim. However, even though my chances of being an NFL player were not much better, I never complained about playing the sport. As I got older, I kind of fell in love with golf, but even with 2 hole-in-ones, I knew I'm not good enough to be a pro. Unlike pros who get paid to play the sport, I had to pay to play golf. But that did not stop me from showing up at tee times. See, time can be really boring if you don't have a passion. But how far will I go for my passion? Well, I don't mind going out of my way, but I won't skip work. After all, I must take care of work before I can take off. As an art major in school, I enjoy arts. As long as I can afford it, I usually never miss a good show. However, I seldom went over my entertainment budget. However, a recent trip to Taiwan opened my eyes to not only the traditional Chinese and Taiwan art, but also to the artist who would give everything to show the world the beauty of the art. Our research started with the Peking Opera, the traditional Chinese show made famous by the Oscar-winning movie Farewell, My Concubine. Since then, I have had an urge to know more about the Peking Opera. What was the face painting about? What's the story behind the high-pitched singing? So our team stopped by the Traditional Arts Center in Taiwan and researched the Peking Opera's history and spoke with an opera singer. So let me share with you what we have learned so far. The Peking Opera started about 200 years ago, after combining the Anhui Opera, the Northern songs, Shanghai music, and other traditional music. So we can call the Peking Opera a melting music box. Some of Peking Opera's roots can be traced to the Song dynasty, but its flowers started blooming after the Emperor of China became its biggest fan. The Peking Opera blooming started around 1828, when performers from the Yangtze River moved to Peking. The new songs, new style, and new performers changed the already popular shows. It grabbed the hearts of many Chinese even to this day. The Peking Opera has shared stories with audiences in ways they can understand. Whether it is a historical drama or a romantic tale, you must feel the beauty with your heart. Some people have not appreciated the Peking Opera because they don't understand it. They're not used to that type of singing. But back in those days, all roles were played by men. The heavy makeup can turn a man to a gorgeous girl, but without a falsetto, no fan can fall for a lady with a man's voice. But some people just can't accept the opera mask. The mask is actually an art. The mask brings the characters to the audiences, while the dance and moves are also part of the story. You're not watching a show when you watch Chinese opera. There is so much more to it. You can watch the movement if you don't understand the singing. If you can't comprehend the movement, then you can't enjoy the costumes. If you can't appreciate the beauty of the costumes, then you can read the mask. Watch out for the bad guys when you see white faces. Red faces symbolize honesty and greatness. Black faces show bravery, while yellow masks reveal evil. You can even read one's life story when they wear the multicolor mask like this. Of course, for the fans wishing to see the actors or actresses hiding behind the mask, they may be disappointed. But if you wish to see the Chinese art hidden behind the story, you won't be disappointed. As the wheel of time turns, the Peking Opera also needs to turn with the times. There are new stories, new singing, and new costumes. Hopefully, the changes will bring a new audience. I wish you were there to see the dancing and the singing by the opera singer, but she decided against granting us permission to use our footage. However, I was lucky enough to get permission from another opera singer who not only agreed to share the footage, but also to tell the story herself. We were even invited to film her rehearsal. Let's meet Miss Zhang Yulin.
Peking Opera started in the Palace of the Forbidden City. Peking Opera's audience are the rich and powerful, like the emperor and his family, while the singing show in Taiwan started in the colonial time and loved by regular people. The suppressed Taiwanese people used the singing show to show their love to Chinese culture. The singing show started in Fujian, China, as a simple form of singing. The singing show combined songs and dance to form a complete art, but it started with only singing. The singing show used the Taiwanese language, so it's accepted by the Taiwanese people and sang by the Taiwanese people. Because the singing show is very popular among the Chinese people, its unique style influenced other groups like Peking Opera. In the meantime, Peking Opera also brought positive changes to the singing show. These changes brought more audience to the new show. Eventually, the singing show became popular. When you see Chinese, you can hear the singing show. However, during colonial time, Japan forbidden any Chinese opera, including the singing show. The opera performers in Taiwan were forced to wear Japanese clothes, sing Japanese tunes, and promote Japanese policies. Restrictions were lifted after Kuomintang taking over of Taiwan after World War II. However, they promote the Mandarin-only policy, which also forbidden the singing show. This forced many opera performers to perform in the field to the parties. The only reason they did not give up their love to this art is because their passion. However, what brought the singing show to the modern-day Chinese society is the TV singing show started in 1962. Everyone remember the most famous singing show star. It's the one in Taiwan TV station, Yang Lihua, and then the China TV station, Huang Xianglian, and the Chinese TV station, Ye Qing. They became celebrities and they brought singing show to every family in Taiwan. However, not many young people are interested in the singing show as there are too many other attractions these days. However, to the many people who devoted their love and passion to the art of the singing show, this is part of our culture that we should never let go. And it's very beautiful. It is not easy to love the traditional art like the singing show. However, there are many devoted performers that do not care about the rewards. They just want to continue this beautiful traditional art. If we can continue our love for our art and our culture, I'm sure our beautiful tradition will pass through one story to another and through one generation to another. I hope now you understand what the singing show is about, and through my introduction, I'm sure you have become a fan of our traditional art. So now let me show you. What do you think this is? Man's voice. My dear, what do you think we should be talking about now? Girl's voice. Of course, about our pocket puppet show. Actually, the pocket puppet show played an important role in the Taiwanese society. It teaches people the good from evil, the bad and the wrongs. So it stabilizes the society while teaches history and geography. During the time when very few people had the chance to receive education, what other better forms of education can you get than from the popular pocket puppet show? Although the root of the pocket puppet show can be traced back to the Song Dynasty, the modern-day pocket puppet show started with a very interesting story. The story started in Ming Dynasty. There is a scholar who failed every time when he tried to pass the government exam. One day he had a dream. In the dream, an old man wrote, "Fame and fortune in your palm." He took that as an indication that he will pass the exam this time. However, he was disappointed again. So he sought comfort from the pocket puppet show. And because he is very knowledgeable with art and literacy, the story he wrote were fascinating and beautiful. This made the pocket puppet show very popular and soon become accepted and welcomed by all over China. The performers would carry the pocket puppets with the stage, can walk to anywhere you need the show. Fast forward to the 18th century, pocket puppet show has changed into the one performed indoor and the one outside. The one outside is called the Wild Field Show. The performers would stop by different stages and perform the show to the audience. Most of the outdoor performances are for festivals, but almost completely disappear these days, while the indoor pocket puppet show has beautiful stage and better stage performance. However, since 1989, because of the competition with movies, TV shows, we can hardly see any indoor pocket puppet show either. However, TV brought a lot of competition, but also brought opportunity. Since 1960, the TV pocket puppet show brought new audience and new lovers for this traditional art. Since 1990s, pocket puppet show has cable TV, social media, and can be heard throughout the world.
Nice girl, right? You may not know it, but she gave up a comfortable life and a glorious college life to pursue her acting in the Taiwanese opera. Because of her love for Taiwanese culture, she has played in outdoor stages in minor parts. But her persistence paid off, and she was offered major roles in the most prestigious Taiwan opera group. And then she devoted her life to the Taiwanese opera. Before my visit, I was excited to see the famous opera star and her associates on stage. But the car took me to a home with a huge backyard. In the back, we found a building without air conditioning made of tin. She apologized to us about the heat and told us how the floor may get slippery during the rehearsal when they sing in the rain of their sweat. Then I was surprised to see how young her co-stars are. When most traditional shows can't even find a young audience, she somehow found young, rising stars who share the same interest of this art. They showed up on time, performed an amazing rehearsal, and they called her mom. We asked if those are her children. She said no. But because she treats them like her children, they called her mom. Can you feel her passion? Can you feel their passion? Can you see how they vowed to continue an art that had faded out in Minnie's memory? Can you see how they breathed new life into the show with their love and passion? They did not do this for money, because they have to put in more than what they can get back. But they know if you can see the beauty from their show, you will appreciate not only them, but also Taiwanese opera. If they like Taiwanese opera, maybe they will also appreciate the culture.
I believe such passion will one day show every Taiwanese the beauty of the singing show. And one day, the whole world will appreciate this art, thanks to the love and dedication of the many performers. Thanks for every fan's support that kept the shows going. And a big thanks to the artists who gave their talent to make the shows wonderful. With your dedication, the shows will be greater and brighter tomorrow.